Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. And gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. So while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully Enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes to understand how this meditation can help for us to develop our spiritual life. Because in the beginning, that conventional understanding is very important. We have to always remember our mind is the forerunner. So we go with thoughts. So we have to develop this spiritual life. It's kind of like a ladder, step by step. And you have to take the small steps, but you have a higher purpose, bigger purpose, but still you have to reach to the very available place, and from there you go to the next step. So in that way, we have to use that our body and mind and the intention and the desires, the energy, and that's everything together. No separation, each other. So when it comes to that kind of practice, it is very important how you mentally grab this first. Because most of the time, that whatever you listen, whatever in the book or scriptures or the sutras, and whatever that you learn from outside, most of the time we can't get it exactly as it is, because we get it according to our own experience and according to our own truth, according to our own understanding. So when it comes to your reality or your truth or your own dharma, means not really what the dharma exists in the world, what the truth exists as it is, what the reality we experience as it is. This all come as a result of that, the way we understand it. It may be totally different than the outside. It's recognizing this difference is a result of the gaining the wisdom. Because most of time, what happens, the reality, our truth, or our dharma that we hold it to inside us related to our past experience, we're going to keep as the ultimate truth, and we're going to hold it as our wisdom. So the thing is this, you have to understand the mechanism. While you holding to your experience or the truth or the reality that related to your own experience, you can't gain the outside, that whatever the real wisdom or the dharma or the reality. So you have to release. It's kind of like this. The anchoring and waves that both together cannot go. When you anchor, what happens? You start to hold it to that. So if your thoughts become the anchor, then you hold it to something, and you can't use your thoughts as a wave. So the same thing come to us when you say that your truth, your wisdom, your dharma, you don't see there is a deeper part you hold with your own inner experience, personalized and your own related to your own opinions. And it has a long history, but you don't see it. But at the same time, we come to a spiritual practice to look for the liberation, transformation, change. So it's kind of like the waves that you try to find to move forward. So see that now in between these two characters create a kind of like a conflict that inside us. Releasing that itself, make your mind free from that two different nature itself, you find the way to release from it. So it is then how you can find it. So coming to the present moment and being in the present moment, and without any kind of past experience, hold it to without any opinion yourself, or without you having any kind of imagination towards forward. So that's why we need a primary mental object. Without a primary mental object, that when we try to develop that our freedom, again we go towards the suffering. Why? Because then we hold it to our own mind. The suffering itself means you hold it to your mind. That's it. Period. When you get out of the mind, in that very moment, you get out of the suffering. So the suffering in another way, it's a kind of like a mental condition. So in the present moment, what happens? You get out of the mind and you just settle down with the moment of experience, which means your moment of reality. So in that very moment, what happens? You release the mind. When you release the mind, you release the duality. Anymore, you're not going to depend on right or wrong, good or bad, up and down, day and night. So that's kind of things. When the mind releases this dualistic comparison, you can see the beauty of the moment. So the wisdom or the reality or the value or the wisdom, listen this very carefully and try to grab it to yourself. and then you can develop it as your own wisdom. So the wisdom hide behind this dualistic mind. The wisdom, when you see something right or wrong, there is no wisdom. It always go with the habits or the patterns or the knowledge. But when the mind capable to drop the good and bad, right and wrong, left and right, up and down, day and night, behind this dualistic mind, there is a beauty. That is where we go. That is what the wisdom that you can gain out of practicing in the beginning, this tranquility meditation. Because once you come to that tranquility state, there is no fear, there is no self-centered opinion, and then what happens, you are capable to see things in a very wider way. It's kind of like you getting kind of like a bird's eye view. Otherwise, your own mind create a kind of like a fear. It's kind of like a sabotage. This all our own mind, our own opinions, our own desires, our own intention create us like this. So it's kind of like you are, when it comes to you, it's kind of like your old opinions, mental formations, ideas, concept, believing that everything you. So you become you. You cannot become somebody else. But the liberation means you get out of you. So how you can find that path? If you go with the mind, the very nature of the mind, it helps you to become you. So how you can drop the mind, come to the present moment. So that's why when it comes to the samurai, and the very first thing they does, they get out of their own opinions. It's a deeper practice. The most of martial arts, that they have this technique to get out of their own opinion. Otherwise, what happened? Otherwise, for the samurais, they kill by their own sword. That's the theory. Most of time, even the soldiers, and the most of time what happens, they get killed by their own weapon. Maybe the bullet come from another weapon, but your weapon invite for that way, other bullet. That is a different when you become fearful. So same thing in the ancient time. That's why the most of samurai into the Zen meditation from ancient time, and it is a part of them. And without practicing Zen meditation, they're not going to practice advanced sword techniques. Why? Because it is so dangerous. It is not a danger with somebody or something or other person. Because that your own mind has a power to invite the same kind of energy. So once you know that your mind, you are not allow it to happen. So that is in day-to-day life the same. Then most of the time when we are mentally unstable, unbalanced, that's why when in a very conventional life, things start to go wrong, round and up and down, things go wrong. But we think that's all outside. No, it's that the inside mechanism. So the present moment of awareness allow you to get out of it. Once you get out of that you develop the clarity, and you enter into the flow. So once you enter to the flow, rather than comparison or the dualistic mind, you are capable to tune to the present moment and to see how things come to be and to see things as it is. And when you develop that moment by moment, moment by moment, and you are capable to see how things come to be as they are. So that is the vipassana level of understanding. So what is the difference that between that things, to see things as it is and how things come to be as they are? Because most of time today, people talk about see things as it is, but still it doesn't allow you to get out of the situation. You are capable to maybe maintain it. So that's why the vipassana meditation, vipassana knowledge allow you to get out of and develop your creativity, get out of the situations and allow you to develop the creativity. So that having the creativity, knowingly how things come to be as they are, is a kind of like a profitable skill. That is the highest level of profitable skill that you can develop. So what is the difference when it comes to the present moment? And then, so as example, when you look this, just imagine, so let's take another pen. Okay, so it's like this. You recognize this as a pen, and that recognition is the present moment. And you recognize this as a pen, and this as wood, and then another this as a cup, or like that. You can recognize things as it is. But the thing is, this pen doesn't appear to here itself. It has a history. Another thing is, just you recognize this as a pen, not going to take you out of that, and it's not going to disappear itself. You can't destroy this. This came out of the energy, and then it's going to go back to the energy. It becomes something else. So you recognize this as it is, but at the same time in the vipassana knowledge, remember this and try to be very clear with yourself, because it totally takes you to the different level of understanding. The how things come to be as they are, how this became as a pen. It's a science. So you recognize this as a pen, and when you write, oh, I write with the pen, and this is a paper, and I write about this whole, maybe you name as a present moment. But how it came to be as a pen, why it became a pen like this. So once you see that what happened, you go to the depth of this pen. That means the past. You are capable to catch the past of this pen. History. It's not forgetting. That's sometimes people think, oh, you are in the present moment, you forget things. If you forget everything in the present moment, you become a zombie. You don't recognize your mother, you don't recognize your father, you don't recognize your children, friends and family members. How you're going to recognize and give a value to your parents if you don't know the history? But the beauty of the mind is when you tune to the present moment with the clear understanding, that moment, when it comes to that, this is the different with the Buddhist meditation. So Buddhist meditation means that what the Buddha taught. So the Buddhism, this word came later, but only practice point of view, you have to use this kind of terms. Otherwise, there is no Buddhist meditation. But today there are many other meditation techniques. So we have to separate it to understand ourselves this. So when you come to the present, when you have the clarity without any kind of imagination, visualization, self-opinion, once the mind become free, and once the mind, this is the important, once the mind released from the 5 hindrance, that is in most of the present moment that all other the meditation talk about, they go to the present moment with the 5 hindrance, especially with the kama chanda, self-centered desires to look for the satisfaction. But here, with the primary mental object, we drop that. We don't go with it. So it is a 2 different nature. You go with it and you drop it and go empty is totally different. So here, in this meditation techniques, we drop this all the 5 hindrance. And when you drop the 5 hindrance, what happened? You see the same thing as the pen. And with the 5 hindrance also, you can see this as a pen. So the thing is this, when you have the 5 hindrance, what happens when you see the pen, still you recognize this as a pen. But as I mentioned in the beginning, that your recognition, that your reality, that your present moment of understanding already violated by your 5 hindrance and overtake by the 5 hindrance, and maybe you say, oh, this is a pen, it is so nice, it's so beautiful, oh, I can use it to this or that. It's kind of like you add that all the 5 hindrance to this present moment of recognition, and that way you feel joy, you feel happy. There's nothing wrong with that. But the thing is, it not allow you to go into the history. You can't. Why? Because you already caught up with the, oh, it's beautiful, oh, it's so nice. That your mental opinion. Black out the reality, that the truth of that. Bring a blind spot to this moment of recognition. So when you don't have the 5 hindrance, so in the beginning we go with the primary mental object, and then your body, mind, the breathing settle down as one, and then by the time, little by little, you drop all the 5 hindrance. So as a result of that, your awareness become clear. So with that clarity, when you see the pen, you get out of, oh, this is a beautiful pen, or this is an ugly pen, or that opinion you get out. So as I mentioned from the beginning, the reality behind this separation or beauty or the ugly, you have to go beyond that to touch the real pen. So when you are capable to go and experience that, you are capable to see the history of the pen, how it became like this. It is here. There is a history that whatever is any material, there is a history behind it. It's already there. That's why it appears like that. So just imagine this will take that, okay, this ball. And when you see this, it's just not a ball that when whoever make it, he had the idea. So that is a history. So that when your mind capable to, when that person make this ball, and maybe he was thinking, oh, this should be a very nice singing ball. Whoever used for meditation should get the benefit out of it. So with that intention, if that person build this, so in the physically and materially, so there is a history behind this, the purpose. So now you see it. And when you drop your 5 hindrance and when you see this ball, you are exactly tuned to the intention that had whoever make this singing ball. And that is where you get connect with this one and recognize this as exactly as it is. That is the meaning of recognizing things as it is. It is not just the basically that recognizing it as a singing ball. There is a purpose behind this material that put by the mental intention. See things as it is means go behind this material and recognize that intention. That when you come to that, the world is totally different. Just as example, if someone made this with the angry mind, whoever practice meditation, may his mind get so wild and go make his mind so busy. So like that, if the person did that, now you drop the 5 hindrance. If you have the 5 hindrance, you can't catch it. It's a different, now see, now it is a different language. It's kind of like you're reading from a different kind of language, which we never used to read that way. So if the person had that kind of angry mind and make this bell, the singing ball, and now you see this, even though it is so beautiful, look very nice, mellow, and it's kind of like attractive, but still you are capable to recognize this and see that the person whoever did this, the mindset. And then even though that you recognize this as a beautiful singing bowl, you know behind this what is hide. So when it comes to that, so see things as it is mean that not just physically, anybody can see this as a pen. But when the person whoever made this pen, with what purpose he made this, can you get that? Because that purpose is here. Can you catch it? So just looking this outside surface, because it doesn't have any label mentioning it, like kind of like medicine. When you get some tablets, it say you take only for this disease, so kind of like that. But you don't know about this. Everybody don't make a pen only to write the good things, maybe. So like that, when you see things, so as example, just imagine, this is another very simple example to make it more clear. You see homeless person or a beggar sitting somewhere next to the gas station or market or kind of like that. So when you see things as it is, you recognize, oh, this is a beggar, this is a homeless person. But there is a detective. Look for somebody. And now he is come to that place like as the homeless person and sit there, and you go. You don't have the bias to the five hindrance. Your mind is very clear now. You have the ability not to have the dualistic mind. Your mind now very clear and sharp. So now that homeless person or that the beggar sit there and he's a detective. That is his true nature. That is his reality, that hide behind this all the look like beggar. So when you see that person, without reading any books, without any outside information, if your mind sharp, when you see that person, you know exactly that person is not a beggar or the homeless person. So that is something. So then just imagine that what you see in day-to-day life. That's why we make mistakes. That's why we are, maybe till you die, you never know the true nature of that around you. Because we go with the face value. This outside beauty and ugly, good and bad and right and wrong. So this all come as a result of the five hindrance. So that's why get out of it and make clear inside us. Go beyond that, the layer of this dualistic mind, separation, the opinion is very necessary to touch the truth. So that's why through the present moment, remember now you come to a more deeper level to understand what is the meaning of present moment. Because once you come to that present moment, you are anymore, it's as example that you see the person, now that he's very the outside, his space, that the face value is a beggar or the homeless person, but now you're not caught up there, you go beyond and you see the intention. When you see the intention, what happens, it takes you to the depth of the history to see beyond the moment. Then you know, oh, that's as example, if you see that person as a detective, then you know, oh, maybe somebody around this area did something wrong, or maybe there's something happened or something going to happen. So like that, your vision become more wider. So that is what happened when it comes to the vipassana level. That is where you recognize how things come to be as they are. So then you recognize deeply your mind capable to touch the history and see beyond that moment that how these things happen. And that is where you see the causation, cause and effect. That's where you recognize how these combinations happen. So once you are capable to understand that, your mind start to behave in a different way, because your mind not going to hold that, what you see. Your mind not going to grab it as it is. So when the mind has that ability, it's a kind of like you transform from blame to appreciation and reacting to reflective nature. So that's the transformation. Because if you go with this face value, maybe always you blame and fight and you look for the this and that kind of. Now you go to the appreciation, because you more and more and more that you, when you see this nature within yourself, each and every moment you appreciate. And the other thing is, rather than reacting, what happened? You start to reflect. So see that totally one person blame and react, another person appreciate and reflect. See the two characters, totally different. That is the change we need, because now we with the blame and reacting. So how you can go to the other side? So this is the method that you go. So when you go that way, in the beginning, what you need to do, you have to come with your awareness, your mind, your present moment, and the body and mind and timing and the space, this everything that you have to come together. It's like riding a horse. The horse is, it's a very strong animal. In the older vehicles, the engine power we measure by the horsepower. Why? It's the replacement of the horse. So it's so strong. So just imagine, but this small Lilliput rider, on the top of this strong animal. But if the rider capable to handle and balance, to keep the awareness and harness with this, the horse is wild. No, it doesn't care, the rider. But little by little, if the rider capable to handle this, and at the same time the rider need to find the balance and keep the focus and direction, this everything, how about this all come together? Just when you see that how this is the horse race, when they run, and sometimes that you can see the rider and the horse, this both well balanced and harness and go together, and then you can see it's going to win. So same with your body and mind. Your body in the beginning is you have to find the balance, and your thoughts kind of like the horse, and the rider is your awareness. So keep the balance with the body, but it's at the same time your thoughts so powerful, go here and there, you can't resist it. Bring the awareness and keep your awareness. Is kind of like the horse rider, and hold it very well. And when you hold very well and keep your intention and towards the primary mental object, by the time what will happen, these wild thoughts go here and there, start to come together. In a certain level, your body, mind, the breathing, that's all timing, this all together going to be there. And in that very level, your whole body, you have to bring that energy, you have to bring together. It's kind of like that you come to the ending point. You come to the dead zone. The dead zone is kind of like that. If somebody keep punching, and you go to the corner, you can't go anywhere. In that very moment, that you have no place to go backward, and you have to use all your maximum strength to go forward. So same like in this very moment, it's kind of like you are in a dead zone. There's no way. Only thing, you have to bring your attention to your primary mental object. That's it. Don't go with the thoughts. If you try to go with the thoughts here and there, that then, this and that, thinking about thing, what will happen? Maybe, that anyway, anymore that you can't get back. So then always remember, rigorously that you deeply, thoroughly, you bring your attention to the moment, knowingly there is no way, there is no anymore place to go back. That's it. And you completely bring your attention to the moment. So that in that way, if you are capable to continue that, by the time what happened, the effort start to become more released, and little by little, you tune to the present moment to be there with the clarity. And with that clarity, deeper and further towards that with the primary mental object and the experience that you go through, and your deeper recognition going to be there. See, it's a very wider way of gaining and the recognition with everything. It's not just minimizing yourself to only one moment or the one thing. Because your life in this very moment means this everything bring you this experience. Your life means this everything. So then your recognition means this everything. So that is where the vipassana become more meaningful and more wider, and bring a deeper connection and understanding. That understanding has a depth with the history, how things come to be as they are. When you have that, you are capable to see the future also. What will happen if this go this way? When you are capable to know that, rather than reacting through the reflection, and you are capable to change the very next moment. When you are capable to change yourself knowingly, within your own mind, when you are capable to take a very conscious decision regarding your next moment, don't worry about the life. From that very moment, you will see your life going to become more different and easy, and there is no suffering going to be there. Still the challenge, but you will enjoy it. It become more and more blissful moment for you to take that kind of decision. There is no fear, because there is only the clarity. So when you are capable to come to that point and experience your own life, you will understand the power of this human mind and the meaning of this human life, and the beauty of the Dharma. And that is the day that you recognize what the really that the Buddha explained with this all the practice. So with that, let's get into little bit practice ourselves. So be comfortable yourself and keep your back straight, neck straight in one line. So your right palm on your left. And bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy. 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens to the sensation, recognize it, do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away. Already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all my 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata cha ammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadhi maranam ha paripunjisami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.